Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game show where we see
how livable is your suburb.
On this week's episode, we've got judges Bill, May, and Paul judging our contestants' livability rankings to see how livable their suburb really is. This week, we've got contestant Finn Hagen. Everybody say hi to Finn Hagen. Hi, proud to be here. Okay, Finn, we're just going to be asking you a few questions to see how livable your suburb is, and you're going to be answering them so the judges can give you a final score and we can really see how livable your suburb is.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, Finn, how livable do you think your suburb is?
Well, I think my suburb is pretty livable, I guess.
Okay, Finn, you can come in now. And here's the microphone. Okay, thank you for the microphone. Okay, Finn, to what extent does your suburb provide housing for different types of people and families?
Well, my suburb provides housing for many different people. In my suburb, there are big 2-story houses for big families, small houses for small families, and normal houses for normal-sized families like mine. My suburb also provides housing which is paid for from the government, which allows poor people to have a home to live in and a shelter over their head.
To what extent does your suburb provide jobs for people?
Well, my suburb provides quite a small range of jobs for people, but it does provide some. These jobs include being a hairdresser down the street, being a waiter at the cafe, or working as a policeman and training at the police academy. Or you could even just start your own tradie business, as many people need electricians, plumbers, painters, and carpenters to do things around the house for them. You could also be a teacher at Largs Bay Primary School, a chemist at the chemist, or a council worker, or a postman.
Okay, Finn Hagen, to what extent does your suburb provide services for people?
Does my suburb provide services for people? Well, my suburb provides many services for people. Those services include cafes for people to get food, delis for people to go shopping, and police stations for people to report things to. There is also a local hairdresser for people to get their hair cut, and even a plumbing and electrician business so people can get their appliances that use water and electricity fixed. All these services are very important to have and make the suburb of Largs North a better place.
To what extent is the environment of your suburb looked after?
I think that the environment of my suburb is looked after decently, as everything is looked after by the council. All the footpaths and roads are kept in good condition, the grass is watered, and there is not much graffiti, and trees are trimmed and planted. The council makes sure that all this happens regularly, and they come to the different streets and do it all. Weekly rubbish collection also happens to make sure that the suburb doesn't get polluted by the rubbish fumes.
Okay, Finn, to what extent can people have strong cultural connections in your suburb?
My suburb has a strong connection with Aboriginal culture. Many Aboriginals still live in my suburb, and there is even an Aboriginal-focused preschool called Geograohy, which is Aboriginal-owned and promotes an environment that acknowledges the diversity of Aboriginal cultures, in particularly the Ghana Aboriginal community. My neighbouring suburb, Taparoo, is also home to many Aboriginals and has been for many years. Taparoo also means calm in Ghana language.
Let me ask you this, Finn. To what extent can people join in a range of entertainment and leisure activities in your suburb?
In my suburb, all people can enjoy a large range of entertainment and leisure activities, from enjoying food at a cafe to playing sports at the park. In my suburb, you can enjoy leisure activities like playing tennis, basketball, soccer, football, or netball at the park. You can also walk your dog, go to the playground, or go fishing at the nearby beach. Some entertainment activities that you can enjoy at my suburb include watching TV, going to the small amusement park that opens in the holidays, or you can just lie down at the beach and rest while listening to the waves go by. Overall, in my suburb, there is a large amount of leisure/entertainment activities that anyone in the suburb can enjoy on a daily basis.
Can you answer this for me? How could you improve your suburb?
Even though my suburb is very good, it could easily be improved. To improve my suburb, I would add more parks in so people don't have to choose from only one. I would also create a system where people have to be quiet at a certain point of time so it doesn't disturb neighbours. In my suburb, there could also be better schools to educate the kids of the suburb very well. I would also want more basketball and tennis courts so you don't have to wait till someone else is finished using it. Finally, I would plant more trees in the area to make it look better and help prevent pollution. They are all my ideas to make my suburb the best it can be, and with them I think it could make my suburb even better.
Okay, Finn, you've just told me how you would improve your suburb. Now, what are the environmental, social and economic benefits of your suggestions for improvement?
What are the benefits of my suggestions? Well, that's actually a good question. The environmental benefits of my suggestions for improvement are that if you add more trees, you will limit the amount of carbon dioxide produced in the air, which limits global warming, as there would be not as much carbon emissions. The social benefits of my suggestions are that if there was a certain time that people can't make noise, then it would result in people not getting cross at each other and gaining relationships with each other. Adding more parks would also encourage people to socialise with each other. Lastly, the economic benefits of my suggestions are that even though building more parks and courts would cost money, it would encourage people to stay healthy, limiting the amount of money spent on hospitals and doctors that they would waste if they were not so healthy.
Okay, you've just told me the benefits, but what are the costs of your suggestions?
What are the costs of my suggestions? Well, the environmental costs of my suggestions for improvements are that while building the parks and courts, you would have to knock down trees and terrain, which would leave animals like birds homeless and add the amount of carbon dioxide in the world. The social costs of my suggestions are that if people cannot make noise late, then they wouldn't be able to hang out with their friends late at night, and they would eventually lose their friendships with each other. Lastly, the economical costs of my suggestions are that if you build more parks and plant more trees, it would obviously cost money, and if it doesn't make money back, or no one uses the courts, then it would have just wasted the council/government a whole lot of money.
Okay, now let the judges begin. How livable was his suburb? Okay, Finn, you can go over there now. I just want to see what your scores were to see how livable your suburb is. Okay, Bill, he has given you a 7 out of 10.
Woo! Woo!
Let's see what May's given you. May with a harsh 6 out of 10. Come on, May. Go back. And lastly, Paul with the highest score of them all, 7.5. Okay, this is what the judges thought, and overall, that's a solid 20.5 out of 30. Okay, we've had some thinking of how livable Finn Hagen's suburb actually is. His survey, he had a good score on his survey. The judges judged him a good score, and through his answers, he's told us that his suburb provides housing for lots of different types of people and families. There's a lot of different services for people in the suburb. His suburb provides some jobs for people, but not that much. His environment of his suburb is looked after very well, especially by the council. He has strong cultural connections in his suburb with Aboriginal schools and Takaroo, even meaning calm in Ghana language. And he also has a range of entertainment and leisure activities in the suburb. He told us a few ways to improve his suburb, which would make it even better, even though he said his suburb was good already, and told us the benefits and costs of their suggestions.
Okay.
So yeah, after that, me and the judges have been thinking, and we ranked Finn Hagen's suburb livability rating as very good. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today. Tune in next week for more How Livable Is Your Suburb?